Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 here with Bath City Football Club, and where we're trying to take them to the top of the Premier League and beyond. Here we are in Vanara National League with just 3 games to go, so we are in for a very exciting end to the league. As you saw there just before I moved on in the game, so to say, the table is very close here for the finishing stages. We still have a theoretical chance to win the league, but in reality, well, it's not really going to happen, but that's quite all right. We will most definitely be in the playoffs, but that is not theoretically confirmed yet. But anyway, that will be really good, since we have struggled quite badly these last few seasons in Vanara National League. So we're very happy to make a good impression, so to say, or improve a lot here throughout the seasons, and having a good year here. The next game coming up is against Darlington at home, who are 19th in the league, so should be a pretty easy victim for us to manage to get in a good win. But we'll see how that goes really, and as always, things are a little bit hard to guess, but I hope that we have a good chance here to take another win and secure our playoff spot. And we should probably actually start scouting players. We should have done that already at the 1st of April, but let's do that now instead, and we'll see how well we get on with that. Let's first check the pre-match tactical advice here from our assistant manager, Philip Smart, and he doesn't really come up with anything that is so special that we need to take care of or listen to, I think. And according to the odds makers here, or the bookmakers, we are very good favorites at 1.4 in odds, so that's very nice, and overall pretty good. So let's actually check the scouting here before we continue a little bit quick. Let's see here. Potential, no feature in first team, that's a little bit low really. So let's do a player search here. So we don't really care the position. What we do care is expiring contract, and we also do care about the league. So let's hear, and we want England, and we want Premier Division, and we'll just tick that off. And interested in transfer, all right. So no player from Premier Division would be interested in signing to us, and I guess that's fine, because in Sky Bet Championship we actually have a few, at least I would say, even a 33-year-old player, but his wage that he currently have at 53k, we are never going to be anywhere near that. So I think that is pretty much off the table. But let's scout all the remaining players here, and that were. Do we need to do that really? Get scout report. That's really what I want to do. Yeah, sure. Charlie Brown. Scout, yeah. Griffiths, let's scout. So we'll do this for really every player here that is in a position that we are interested in, at least. This goalkeeper certainly would be something, but he's been scouted already and isn't that good. But if he's improved, maybe things would be different, and he could have improved. I don't want to skip to scout a player just because they aren't at the level that they need to be before. They could be now. So really, it's something that I think we need to do. So we'll do it. And here we have another goalkeeper. but we haven't scouted, so hopefully he could be good, but I don't have too high hopes that any of the players will actually be good. Training last week in the first team at 7:01, so not really that great, and we have actually many players that are having terrible training week, especially Carl Stewart here at 4.65, but we can't complain to him, which is really pretty bad. Under 23 is doing pretty bad in training as well, just as to be expected, and our under 18s are doing pretty good at 7.96, so that's good. Let's see here if we can. John Mannings. So I didn't want to do that. What I want to do under 18s, can we get advice here? If we go to individual, do we get any special advice here? No, not on that. Well, in that way, it seems at least. So let's just go to training for our first team. Let's see here. Gosling really getting better here, and due to his playing time, I guess. So we'll try to keep playing him. He's only 16 years old after all, so I think he has pretty good ability currently and definitely good potential. So I think it's very good for us to use him here. And nothing really special happening other than that. It seems like here in training we have some advice that we will follow though. Let's see how Baxter are doing. Is he improving? Not really. He's been unhappy. His report, 1.5 star and not as much potential. So really it's Gosling that we need to take care of, and we are taking care of him right now with letting him play, so that's pretty darn good. We'll criticize all the players here below 6.5. They haven't getting actually sort of better on key stats, but losing in a lot of others. And we'll criticize Hodges here. That is really a player that we don't need. I don't know why he's left with the team, but it doesn't matter too much. Let's see here. Poncelli could be unhappy. Sure, that's all right. And the same to De Havilland. Doesn't really matter. The season is soon over, so it's not really key in any way like that, so to say. But we'll do our best. Under 18s match, no, we will not let anyone be available for that. Let's go to the team selection here for the match against Darlington. And we'll see here, the match after that will be against Halifax Town, who are 23rd in the league. So it should be very easy pickings in that game as well. And we have Merch unfortunately injured here. So we'll have to put in, the better player really here, since we were resting a lot of players in the last match. Basically our whole defense for one thing. So let's see here. Tavares, you go there. No, I can only you go central defender, and Jordan, you go as a stopper, correct? Yep. So Bonton, Jordan, Akinola, Haynes, Oyabara, Chance and Baxter. Yeah, you are all right, but really we will play De Havilland instead. And let's see here, Sangster. Who are we actually playing? We are playing Iverson and Adeloy and Gosling's definitely still the lineup. Poncelli, O'Connor, Batten and Oliver on the bench. Seems pretty alright. But let's have Tavares instead of Batten. We want to have Baxter instead of O'Connor, I think. Or do we? We want... Yeah, Gray is still injured, so that should be alright. And Gosling, let's just check his rating for last match. So 6.3 actually. So we should maybe not play him, but I think we will play him, even though Poncelli have been... He's been alright throughout the season, but not exactly convincing super much. He's 3 in current ability though. So let's put in Poncelli instead for one match here, and we'll play him as target man in support. So that should be all right. We have Gosling on the bench. Yeah, I think we will go with that for this match. And if Poncelli are having a good match, he will play in the next one as well. If he's not, we will play Gosling. But we have the option, of course, to put Adeloy off from the starting 11 and play Gosling instead of him. We'll see how we do. But I think we definitely need to play Gosling in the next match, or we should play him as much as possible. So we'll try to do just that. Sean's being really tired pretty fast here, or not really tired, but tired pretty fast. Chance here for Darlington, unfortunately, and they shoot just wide of the goal there, really pretty darn close. And the highlight keeps on going straight after the goal kick here, I guess. And let's hope we can take control of the ball. We certainly have it at the moment here in the midfield. Charles passing to De Havilland, putting it wide to Iverson. And I don't know my team tactics. I really should have looked at that, so we'll do that very soon here. Unfortunately, Darlington taking control of the ball on a counter-attack here, maybe. Yeah, seems to be the case. Passing a little bit back and forth here in the midfield here again. And a long ball up, throw on the left-hand side, and crosses in. We managed to clear it, but only two Darlington players still, who are passing the ball back and forth, and are now inside the penalty area, and they shoot just wide on an open goal, really, which is pretty darn terrible. And we will focus play down through the middle instead of the right, since we are better on the right, and we are playing a pretty tight midfield, so we should definitely focus play down the middle. So first chance here for Basity in the 32nd minute, a free kick, and it's really pretty darn terrible, but the ball goes back to our defenders, and maybe we can do something on it here on the second chance. Not really the case. Darlington here with another counter-attack, and we managed to stop it just in time. And a long ball up to Adeloy, and getting a free kick there, and Fish for Darlington getting a second yellow card here, so they will play one player short for the remainder of the game. So hopefully we can do something good out of that, or take advantage of the advantage, so to say, with playing with one player more. We really should be getting in some goals here, so let's hope we can do just that here in the second half, because that's the end of the first half, and the scoreline after one half is 0-0 for Bassett versus Darlington. Shots 5-4, shots on target 1-0, possession 63-37%. So the possession is certainly there at least, but the goal scoring not so much. And yeah, Sean's being really tired here still, so we'll hope that we can get a better second half here. We'll show some passion here. And should we go? Yeah, we'll go to attacking in mentality even. We shouldn't really need to go all out, but it should be more than enough here for the second half. But we'll up the mentality a little bit, and we'll see how we go. First highlight here. The ball down to our keeper looked like another counter-attack for Darlington, and not really what we would like to see at all. But unfortunately, the goal kick there, it seems to be Darlington taking control of the ball, and it is a counter-attack for Darlington, and they score here, finally. A goal in this match. Unfortunately, it's to the wrong team. So the scoreline here after 47 minutes is 0-1 for Bassett versus Darlington, and yeah, this is definitely not what we needed, and I guess we'll go up to very attacking in mentality here since this happened. So let's see here, very attacking, shouts, demand more, and we are now into the 60-minute mark here, and making definitely time to make a sub or two. So we'll put in Baxter instead of Charles. Charles having an alright game, but pretty tired. And really the same case with Akinol. So we'll actually rest him. We'll take a little bit of a gamble and switch all players out here straight away. So we'll put in Gosling, of course. He will be allowed to play as a attacking forward together with Poncelli as target man. And we would like to switch out Oibody here as well, but we won't, and we also would like to switch out Jordan due to his poor rating, but we won't do that either. But we'll do the changes and we'll show some passion here. And we are now in the 70-minute mark, and we're still having no chances for us, and a terrible game really so far. Highlight now, finally, in the 76th minute. Hopefully it can be something good here for us. We have Iverson with the ball here on the left-hand side, crosses into Gosling, and Gosling hitting the goal there, or goalkeeper, and then the top post. We'll shout the man more. Poncelli with the free kick and hitting just outside of goal, really close there again. We are starting to get somewhere, but I think it will be all too late here. So in the 90-minute mark, 92nd minute, or actually even a 93rd minute, and I guess this will be the highlight for the final whistle only. So that will mean we will very likely lose this match when we really shouldn't. And yeah, kind of poor. I was on with the cross, and I looked pretty darn dangerous there, but not enough. Darlington with a counter-attack here, maybe. Yeah, the shot weren't that great at all, so a little bit, well, not unlucky. That's the wrong thing to say, but here we have the final whistle. Sort of scoreline after full time is 0-1 for Bassett versus Darlington, even though Darlington were one play short. Shots 16-8, shots on target 3-2, and possession 62-38%. So yeah, looking at the stats, looking on everything, I don't understand how we lost this game, but clearly if we saw this match and the chances here, we didn't really have anything dangerous, or we had two chances there late in the game that were pretty good but not spectacular. That chance that Darlington did score on were much sharper and better than any of our chances. I kind of would say that they won quite well deserved, but yeah, come on lads. I don't know what you were doing in this game. And somehow most of the players actually even got pretty decent rating as well. Really darn crazy actually. And yeah, now things are a lot more closer in the league, and we're still not sure on playoff, I think. Yes, we are. We have, well, not theoretically, but almost, sorry. Yeah, don't know if that came out right, even though I tried it to say it again. Well, nonetheless, after that game, the 44th match day, we are now 5th in the league still here, and 9 points off from the league leader, so that means we can't win anymore. And to the losing out the playoff spot, it's 6 points off, but we have 10 goals better goal difference. But there is two teams behind us with just 1 point less that are risking to get past us, and that is not something we really want at all. So hopefully we can do better here, and we got 1,200 attending that game, so that's good. And we have, unfortunately, 4 players that are a little bit jaded after that game, so would probably actually need a rest for a week, or more than a week that it is between the games at the moment. And we'll see here. Gosling report, yeah, he's getting better. Let's see here. A lot of players are unhappy with the training still. That's not much of a surprise. really would like to go up to Skybet League 2 so we can get to be professional on the side, so we can train properly. That's really what's holding us back, or one of the biggest trouble. Of course, our prestige, or so to say, is a lot of trouble as well, since we are having so many players, or players that we scout and so on, that don't really want to sign with us, which is hard, and to actually sign the players that you need, or even loan the players that you need to be competitive, and that's really the struggle we have been having so far, and are still are having, really. And get our first few scouts report here. And yeah, striker here, Griffiths, not really good enough. Finishing 10, yeah, that's not really the case. We need a player that is better than Ponticelli. A striker that is 4 stars really is what I'm looking for, at least. Yeah, we'll discard that. Doesn't seem interesting. And I think, yeah, 4-star striker and a 4-star goalkeeper would make super difference actually for us, since we are pretty darn weak in the attack, and also our keeper is pretty darn weak. But we'll see here. We'll see how we do here in the next match against Halifax Town, and hopefully we do something good. While we're at it, leave a comment if you're playing Bassett, or if you're playing low league football in Football Manager. I really would like to know how you're playing the game, and if you like it, and things like that. And if you like it, remember to smash that like button. It's very much appreciated by me and by YouTube, and to find our channel and everything like that. According to the bookmakers here, the game against Halifax Town, it's even Steven, and we'll see here. Hopefully we can do something good, and we'll just not comment here on the press. We don't really speak with the press. Our assistant manager can do that from time to time, that's fine, but we don't do it. And we get some scouting here. So forward here seems like he could be decent, but yeah, the estimated wage here not really good, and finishing 11 here. So yeah, we'll really actually just discard that at once. Griffiths here could be better. Forward, yeah, we already have discarded that. Row here, attacking midfielder. Yeah, we don't really want an attacking midfielder. Bain here, pretty good potential though. And pretty young. And finishing 14. Another poacher though. I don't really think or know if we really need a poacher, but we'll keep scouting him. Yeah, this play will definitely not scout. Training last week, 7 on 9 as an average. Pretty alright. 641 in under 23s, not so good. And 8 of 5 in the under 18s, and we can praise Hardy here for doing pretty good. And let's have a look here, as always, for our first team. If we have anything special to note, or we could criticize a few players here. That's really the key, maybe. So let's criticize Jordan here. We can criticize the Haviland. So we'll do the same. Charles, you're doing all right, actually improving a little bit. And let's see here, that were not the button I wanted to press. I wanted to press this one. Yeah, all right, we can't see it. It won't let us see it, so that's all right. Charles getting better here a little bit. That's good, and I think he would be able to get better maybe if we go up one league. Yeah, it definitely could be, has a lot of potential. And I think he would develop quite nicely if we manage to get up to Skybet League 2. And let's see here, yeah, concerned about squad strength. Was it there? Yeah, lack in strength in the goal, and I certainly agree with him there. We really needed to find a better goalkeeper for next season. That would make such a difference, in my opinion. Let's check our tactics here first. Now, folks play down through the middle, and all is in good condition, but still jaded, I guess. Adloy and Poncelli, you did definitely not a very impressive run last match, so we'll put in Gosling instead of Adloy. We'll let him play advance forward in attack together with Poncelli. I think that could be a good setup, really. So hopefully it is. Adloy, Tavares, Oliver, Baxter, yeah. I would like to put Gray on the bench instead of Oliver, I guess, but we won't since he's injured, and don't really want to have anyone else on the bench. We'll try to play our young players as much as we can that are actually having a decent potential, and that is, of course, Gosling and Baxter. Baxter haven't really shown so much so far, but still he's pretty young and have pretty good potential. A good first chance there for us with that free kick in the 6th minute. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get it in, but a good free kick from Charles. And a good start by the team, it seems like, with around 60% in possession and a lot of more shots than Halifax here. But speaking of Halifax, there seems to be a chance here in the 24th minute, and a counter-attack from Halifax that we stopped, but then poor passing and getting a second chance in the penalty box, and we managed to save that ball with a super save from our keeper there, actually. And let's see here what happens on the corner, and Bert out with safe hands there again. So if he's playing like that, we don't really need a new keeper, because there he really saved us from getting worse, so to say. And we're having a highlight now in the 34th minute. Haynes with the ball, passes to De Havilland, to Poncelli and Oyebode, and he heads it just over the top bar there, unfortunately. And let's see here what will happen next. Soon we will have the end of the first half here, and not too much happening at all actually in this match so far. And we are at balance for some reason. I think we should be positive, or should we? I'll change the mentality to positive. I actually don't know if we're playing balanced as default. I think we maybe we are, but no matter. Anyway, the scoreline after one half is 0-0 for Bassett versus Halifax. Shots 7-5, shots on target 2-5, and possession 54-46%. So doing all right, but we really need to win this match to have a good position for the last game. And we'll see here. All players doing quite all right, actually, except Oyebode here. So we'll tell him that we are not happy with his performance so far. Other than that, it was quite all right. We'll see here how we go along in the second half. Hopefully we can do good. Chance here in the 47-minute chance with the corner, passes to De Havilland to Bolton, and it's a goal for Bassett here in the 46th minute, and Bolton's first goal of the season on that corner. Very beautiful goal there, actually. Chance with the corner, and De Havilland with a good header, and Bolton straight into the top of the corner in the 46th minute. So we take the lead straight off in the second half here, and great, some pretty great stuff here. Unfortunately, Halifax coming here with a shot, but easily saved there by Barrett. But boy, that shot actually got a really good hook on it. It looked pretty dangerous, actually, in my opinion. New chance here in the 58-minute chance, taking the ball straight into the penalty box and shoots, and it's just saved by the keeper to tip it over the top bar there. chance with the corner thereafter. Let's see here if he can do any good. No, unfortunately not. It's only headed out and nothing more really happening there. And we'll do some substitutions and we'll certainly put Oyber off. I see here that we are actually really having sort of bad players on the bench to choose among, but we'll play Baxter instead of Charles actually, and we'll play Adloy instead of Oyabode. I know that's not really that great, but that's how we're going to do it, since I yet again managed to not have the greatest of players on the bench, and I guess we'll maybe go to very defensive soonish in the game here. First, another chance here for City and pass it to Baxter, and that's a goal for City FC here, making the lead 2-0 here in the 67th minute. And now I'm pretty confident that we will win this match and we'll maybe go down to very defensive pretty soon again. And again, headed down to a player close by our receiver of the cross, which is very good. We'll go to very defensive now with 15 minutes to go or so, including extra time. And hopefully we can keep it shut in the defense here for the remainder of the game. Unfortunately, a highlight here in the 82nd minute. Always worried when you're doing things like that and you get a highlight. The ball here currently with City FC here on the left-hand side, but that can quickly change, and that's why I'm worried. But Agason here passing it into the midfield to De Havilland, to Gosling, to Ponticelli, and he shoots, and it's another goal for City FC here, and it's now 3-0 here in the 82nd minute, and a really beautiful goal there actually by Ponticelli. Really birdied it in the corner. Or in the corner, in the root of the corner, or the root of the post. That is what I were trying to find. So feeling very secure now that we will take care of this. And York there now 1 point off to be able to pass us in the league. Hartlepool still have the chance. It looked like, but we'll see. This should be the highlight for the final whistle. We have a goal kick here, but I guess that will be the final whistle before that. Yeah, it is. So, final scoreline for Bath City versus Halifax is 3-0. Shots 17-15. Shots on target 8-9, and possession 51-49%. So, a very even game here actually, if you're looking on the stats, which it was not last time around, but this time we managed to win the game very clearly, and we got Baxter on the scoreline as well, which is pretty nice for him to have his first goal. And overall, of course, the players doing really well there in that match, all with good ratings. Wasn't that impressive in the first half, of course, when it was 0-0, but that second half really darn great. So after that match, with one match left to go, we are pretty much stuck in 5th place. We can't win, we can't move up. We have Hartlepool that could potentially, really, if they win their game and we lose our game, they will get past us in the league. If we manage to pick up at least one game, we'll still stay in 5th place before the playoffs. So let's see here. Yeah, we secured the playoff spot. Popular manager we are apparently. We've been in charge for 5 years. Yeah, time goes fast when you're having fun. And if you have seen all of the episodes here, we are actually at episode 140 almost, I think this is. But anyway, this will actually be the end of this episode. Before we move on with the last game of the season before playoffs. And we'll see if we'll do just the last match before the playoffs or if we do the playoffs as well. You never quite know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And if you have enjoyed this, remember to smash that like button. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button as well if you want to, of course, so you don't miss out on any of the new content that we post to you daily here at Rawslowgaming. Thank you, and bye-bye.